We were told that he doesn't have any employment.
The reason why is because he doesn't have employment. So that's why they don't know. But TSA emailed our boss and let us know that he can work for now with us because he's been working for us for like 2 months or a month. And he's supposed to already have a badge.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, you've just violated my rights and illegally
violate
detained
your
me.
rights. I had enough to figure out that you might have been criminally trespassed, so I can detain you. I can put you in handcuffs. Okay? I have the reasonable suspicion that you are criminally trespassing because you're here.
You just
all the
confirmed that I
time.
work here.
So says this guy. I don't even know that guy. We're gonna figure out through pizza if you work here or not. Because at first you told me you were here for.
I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to the supervisor.
Okay. I'm sure you'll enjoy that.
You have self-control issues.
And you have issues of sleeping in a public building just for the hell of it. You're off work. You're entitled as hell. Okay.
You're violating my rights. And I
I'm
have
not
video
violating
proof of
your
it.
rights.
No,
I have
you
enough
don't.
reasonable suspicion to detain
No,
you
you
for criminal
fabricated that.
trespass.
You fabricated that. I was working.
You're not working. You're sitting on the public side of the airport. Pizza Hut's
waiting
over
to be
there.
escorted to go to work.
You waited till like 3 minutes before you have to get there?
No, I called them 30 minutes ago. I've been waiting for half an hour.
Okay, you could have said something. We would have still just confirmed that you were employed for pizza because that's not what we were told.
So can you remove the handcuffs?
Nope, not yet.
Did you make an oath to uphold the Constitution?
Yeah.
You
and
did?
Yeah.
Well, you just violated that oath.
What did I violate in the Constitution? Please let me know what amendment did I violate, since you know it so well. Are you
There's a
thinking
reason
maybe
your
I
body language, you look down at the floor.
did I violate your Fourth Amendment right? If you'd mind explaining what the Fourth Amendment is. tight?
The right one is.
Stand up. I'll loosen it up for you. This one's too tight, you said? Okay. How's that feel? A little bit better? If you try to put your knuckle like towards your center line, like that. Okay. Where is it? Oh yeah, yeah. I see it. I see it. What about down there? Does that feel better? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna double lock them so they don't get any tighter on them. Okay. Alright. You can have a seat, buddy. I'll sit on your phone. You want me to put it in your hand or pocket or what?
Yeah, no, here I heard.
You heard, okay.
Yeah.
So there's a couple things that are preventing you from actually going to work. There's a letter from TSA who manages the secured side, is that you have to go through the proper processes to obtain a SIDA badge. You know what a SIDA badge is?
Yeah.
Okay. And it sounds like you've been unwilling to provide the necessary documentation to go through that process. And if you disagree with that, they don't have to let you through here. That doesn't mean you get to come and to stay here and say that you're employed either. So I don't know what your true situation is, and I'm not going to press you on that. It really doesn't bother me one way or the other. The fact is in order to obtain a job with anyone on the books, you have to provide an identification, you have to provide some proof of citizenship, and you do have to provide things like birth certificates. If you don't want to provide that to your employer, they don't have to maintain
I've
your
already
job.
done that. How would I be
I'm being told that it
without
hasn't been done with your supervisor. So I'm just advising you, if you want to work out here, you need to cooperate not only with your employers, but the requirements of the airport to work on the secure side. If you can't do that, then you're going to find yourself without a job. And it's not my job to determine whether that's right or wrong. That's between you and your employer. That's a civil matter. But it is a requirement of employment when you're on the books. There's no one here that's paid under the books type of thing.
Well, how could I be employed without giving them my ID? That's the first thing I had to do.
I understand. I don't understand the full situation. That's not something that I'm involved in. I'm just being told that hasn't been provided. So that's between you and your employer to figure it out. But do you have all those things to be able to maintain your employment and stuff like that?
I gave them that when I started. They asked me for my ID, and I gave them that.
Has anything changed with managers or who you submitted that stuff to since you started? Has there been a change in who they are and stuff like that, or and copies of it lost or something like that?
I don't know. There's been a lot of people who work there, but I don't know.
Has,
Everyone says that
has management changed since you've been here? Back in March-ish?
everyone that I talk to tells me they're a manager. So I don't know.
Well, we're going to get this figured out with your management. Okay. Is there a reason?
telling me not to get closer, basically asking for distance. So I'm not gonna let
No, I'm just
something like that. Like he's not determining how close or how far away I am. I'm determining that, and there might be a reason why he's saying that. So I'm putting it in.
He's being aggressive, your tone of voice, your body language, you've had a history of it.
I understand.
Using force, unnecessary force.
Well, I've reviewed those videos. That's a lie.
I didn't touch you last time at all.
I've seen the videos. There's 3 body cams, and that complaint's untrue. There's no excessive force. You may not like the language he used.
It's not about the language either. It's about
Okay.
the
Well, when
close
I've seen the
proximity,
videos-
and I'm in the corner. You're cornering me, so I was cornered, and then there's 3 of you in a small stall. I believe that. that
You
is-
understand there is someone being trained. He was a trainer and another officer. When there's a trainer and a recruit there, they're considered one. Now, whether you agree or disagree with that, that's just how things work. You don't do this profession, so you can't really dictate how we operate in that regard. But as a supervisor, I wanted to know why you're in here. Okay? I'm also trying to work with you to see what we can do so that you can have a job over here and come to a conclusion why either your management hasn't processed your paperwork or if you're being truthful about whether you provided that or not. Because it sounds like there's an issue.
How could I
Just-
work there without providing that? That's the first thing they asked me on my first day that I worked there. They asked me, "Do you have your identification and your thing?" And I was like, "Yeah." How
Did
else
you
would they
them
give
a
me my
physical
I-9?
copy?
I gave them the real thing.
You give them the real thing and they So
I don't know
let's
if they
get to the bottom
copied
of
it.
that, okay?
I don't know if they copied it. I don't know what they did. They just took it and then they gave it back.
So let's get to the bottom of that so that this doesn't keep happening. So you're not having to wait out here. You can go through screening and you get to work without having to wait on a supervisor and all that other stuff. But at the end of the day, is when your shift is over, you do have to leave the airport. You don't get to stay in the petros. You don't get to stay in the bathrooms. I understand you might be on hard times. You believe on this. From my understanding, I don't know if that's still the case. But the airport is for the traveling public when they're traveling.
Well, the first day that I worked here and I walked out of the airport, I got stopped and I was told I can't walk on the highway. So I don't know what you want
So
me to do.
there is a sidewalk. So you need to be on the sidewalk. You shouldn't be walking on the roadway when
Yeah,
there's
I found that now.
and I'm glad that you know where that's at. So that's not going to be an issue, okay? But we need to get the rest of this stuff figured out. And once we get that figured out with your management, and they can secure your SIDA badge through the airport, they do a background check, just like they do a background check for employer or for employment, to make sure that you're essentially qualified for that. But at the end of the day, we got to stop this. You don't want any more contacts with you. You don't want any more contacts with us, right? You want to come here, do your job, make your money, and probably just go home.
That's not
Work.
why. It's not about money.
Well, you need work for something. You're doing it for a reason. So whatever your reason is, let it be that reason. But we've got to put this to an end, one way or another. I want you to, if you're qualified for a SIDA badge, qualified to be employed, to do that. And if we see you have your SIDA badge out, we're exclusive with it. It's not you. But even then, we've had employees that have tried to stay here long periods of time. Where the same thing is they get contact with us. They're not actually working. Just like passengers. They're only
I've been
allowed to
working
be
here
here.
for like 3 months now. And I worked at 49th State until yesterday.
Until yesterday, something happened there.
Yeah.
I didn't. From my understanding, I thought you were like from Wolfen Point, and I could be wrong. I may have that information, but that's why we're having your managers come up here with Pizza Hut to figure out what's going on next. Because here's the thing, I don't want you to be jobless. I want you to accomplish the goals that you have, and not to be bothered by law enforcement any more than you have to be. And it's not to necessarily bother you. Okay?
I'm not bothered.
But just know that as employees, whether on the secure side or the public side, there are certain things with having a SIDA badge and working here you subject yourself to than you would at any other place away from the airport. Okay?
given them my identification. That's the first thing they asked me when I started working. It's also the first thing I have to give them in order to be put on payroll. I don't think you can secure employment anywhere in the U.S. without proper documentation.
I totally agree with you, my friend. I don't know what's going on with the employer. Except for what I was trying to put together. So here's the thing. We're going to figure out with the management or Pizza Hut what the deal is. Okay. So Alaska's an at-will employer. You understand what that means?
Yeah.
Like I said, if you, while I work here and you've given all the necessary documents, I want them to be fair with you and allow you to continue on with your employment. If you aren't providing the things that you're supposed to provide, and that's what they say, that's an issue between you and the employer. But if they decide that this is becoming too much of a problem, and they say you're not employed after today, you are going to have to leave the airport.
You already said that, and that's fine.
That's fine. And here's the other thing, we'll address the last thing. Is you're showing a reservation with Holland, Princess of America.
So I'm coming here on the first to leave.
Passengers that utilize the airport are only allowed to be here 4 hours before their departures. That's a long-standing rule
4
that's
hours
been
before
there
noon.
for a while. So you're more than welcome if you've got a ticket to fly or a bus ride or anything like that. Come 4 hours before. That's not necessarily public transit with people. That's actually buying a ticket with one of the least holds in this building, like Alaska Airlines, Delta.
No, they put me on the no-fly list.
Well, they did.
Yeah,
When did
I'm
that
sure
happen?
they did because they had this fake screening. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
to
see
hear
what's
that.
going on, but it's fine. I'm going to Canada.
You got a passport and all that stuff to get in. I'm going to shoot the best of luck. There'll be a few more minutes until your manager's here. So I just want to let you know, if you have any more
What
questions.
do you mean my manager? I thought that was my manager.
He's a supervisor, the general manager. So he's not able to make employment decisions. Okay, so we're having the general manager. I forget her name. I can't pronounce it. It's Nani, or does that sound about right? Am I saying that right?
I thought my manager was Barcelona, but sure.
Okay. Well, he got a hold of whoever's in charge of it. Okay. Because he's not able to make decisions. And he's not the one that does all the hiring paperwork processing and stuff like that. Okay. So it would be unfair to rely on his recommendation whether you have a job or you don't have a job. Okay. So we're going to put this to bed today by talking to your manager. And if there's anything that they say that you shouldn't be here or you haven't provided anything, they're going to give you clear direction on what you need to do to accomplish that. And also so you can get your SIDA badge to go through screening for it. If there's for any reason why those things can't be produced, it's going to be an employment decision today. What I mean by employment, not whether you're hired or fired. It's going to be a manager's decision what you need to do to proceed forward. But if you can't accomplish those things today, which the badging office is closed, and it's not going to be open until Monday, you shouldn't be back at the airport unless you have your flight, or your, sorry, not your flight, but your motor coach departure from here. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yep.
Thank you for listening to me. Hang tight for us. We'll wait till the manager gets here.
Carter, do you have any weapons on you?
No.
No? Okay. All right.
Nothing sharp. Nothing. I pose no danger to no one. I have no intent.
Listen, I'm going to take you out of handcuffs, okay? I just don't, whenever I'm investigating any sort of crime, potential crime, right? I'm not saying that you're committing a crime. That's why we're trying to figure all this out. Whenever the quote-unquote suspect tells me to get away from them,
No, I
or
just said
create the distance, like you're controlling the distance, that's indicating to me that you're trying to run away. You're trying to create distance away from me, right? That's why I put you in handcuffs.
I'm not the one with the weapon, sir.
Okay, all right. Well, I can take you out of handcuffs. If you want, do you understand why I did that?
Yeah.
All right, you stand up.
It's easier to
I'll put
get
you out. It'll be easier. whenever I take this hand out of the cup, just leave it right here, okay? Thank you. All right, you're good. You can have a seat.
All right, just stand by for us, okay?
What's the address you have? Let me just type in the address and stuff.
I have my passport. That should be enough.
You have your passport? No, I need your, even if you have a passport, I just need your social security to birth certificate for your Alaska. So do you have your birth certificate? Is it just the passport? Does it still need to confirm where you were born? Does it say in there?
Passport?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But if anything, if it doesn't work out for you here, we have a Spinard location. You want to work there? The pizza hut
I
in
think
Spinard?
I'm leaving Alaska. I think I'm leaving Alaska. Yeah, it says where I was born. This is what I gave them when I first started working. I remember she asked me to show me your. And she said, "Give me your ID," and I gave her this.
Yeah, so I